guys, welcome back to my channel, Posh Cat Eyes Unfiltered, and welcome back to one of those random sessions of mine. Let's get into it. So I have talked about the funny side of prepositioning women. If you missed that video, I'll pop a link at the end of this video. Today, however, I will be talking about the uncomfortable, not so funny side, the creepiest side that black women especially face when it comes to the opposite sex or positioning by white men. It's very uncomfortable. Let me try and dissect or get in as much information as I can out of this based off my experience. So this is a very uncomfortable one for me, and I'm going to try my best to get as much out of this. This is uncomfortable for a lot of black women. I'm speaking for myself on this episode, but I wish any of you black women who have experienced this can relate. Come on the comment section and say something and share your experience if you are comfortable in doing so. Yeah, it's a PSA to white men. You might think it's cool, but it's not cool. I don't want you to see this as me being very overly critical. No, it is just me trying to educate from a victim point of view as to how this particular type of behavior, make us black women feel like we are a piece of meat that is about to be devoured. Now, this experience it's not the first, second, third, fourth. I've lost count of how many times I have experienced this. But the most recent one that I'll be discussing happened not too long ago, with the previous happening a while back. The previous, however, I was in a setting. I could not leave that setting, and there was a guy in front of me. He was really close, and literally his eyes just told a different story. His eye felt very lustful. He felt like he was about to eat me up, and he kept coming close like he was smelling my dark skin, and he couldn't help himself. The next thing he said was, "Oh my God, I love your skin. Do you tan in summer?" And I'm like, "I don't know. This is the same color I've had. I cannot tell you the difference if I tan in summer or if I get darker in summer or not." And I smiled, and he kept coming really close like he was trying to smell my skin. I couldn't walk away because it was I needed to be there, and until whatever was happening ended, I was uncomfortable. Despite the fact that there were people in that space, I was uncomfortable because I felt like I was about to be eaten up alive. It wasn't a comfortable feeling. Now, the most recent one happened at the shopping center. I was grocery shopping with my little one, and I noticed a white male, behind me, and I'm like, okay, I'm not making anything out of this. It's not a big deal. I picked up carrots. He picked up carrots and was really close to me. I walked away, went to the zucchini section, picked up a few zucchinis, and he came again to pick up zucchini, and I went to where they had corn. I picked up corn, and then he came close looking at what was next to the corn. And then I said something, "Are we shopping together?" And he laughed. And he said, "Oh, my wife gave me a list." I'm like, "Good woman. You didn't have to tell me that, but I guess I already knew where this is coming or where we're heading to with this." And so I continued on. I went to, he then said, "Oh, I'm heading down to the zucchini aisle." I said, "Oh, right next to the zucchini are cucumbers. I'm going to get my cucumber." So I went to the cucumber, was picking a few, and I noticed him coming really close to me, like close to my skin, and the hair on my skin just, stood out. Like I was literally like goosebumps all over. And he then said, "Oh, I'm so sorry. What part of Africa are you from?" I knew where this was going. I knew where it was going. Dude wanted to eat me alive at the at the grocery store. Literally. I said, "I'm from Nigeria." He said, "Oh, how lovely. How long have you been here?" Went on to have a few conversations. My daughter was watching me because the conversation after this, you would understand why my daughter was watching me and why I'm having to say this. And I walked away, and he followed me, and I laughed uncomfortably. And he went on to say, "Oh, I've sponsored a few African children from Ethiopia, and I'm like, good on you. So tell me about the African children you sponsored. He went on and on. I'm like, well, as you know, I am from West Africa. You probably sponsored kids from Northern Africa. He said, yes, I know. And I'm like, I'm trying to get out of the conversation. It was impossible. And again, me being very polite. And he came close again with his trolley. And I backed off. And he said, oh, I just love the African skin. It's so beautiful. I'm like, there we go again. You are not making us feel like humans. Yeah, you're admiring our skin, but it's not coming from a genuine place. It's coming from an animalistic, lustful, predator-like way. And we cannot, cover our skin color just to make us feel uncomfortable. I don't know if I'm saying this right. It's hard just being a black woman. If you know how it feels as a black woman, yay! We have all of the insecurity. We're insecure about our hair, insecure about our facial features, insecure about our skin, we're insecure about literally everything. And society also makes it difficult for us to be heard, or we're silenced by our own people, as well as every other person in the world. And so it's hard just being a black woman. I can tell you that because I live it every day. And so he kept on talking and talking, and I was like, you know what, I'm in a rush. Thank you for sharing your story. Nice to meet you. Keep doing the good work of charity donations you're doing to the African children, and bye. As I walked away, my daughter was like, Mom, why were you talking to a stranger? And it just hit me right there. How? Because I'm teaching her what stranger danger means. Don't talk to strangers. And she, again, like, Mom, yeah, you told me not to talk to a stranger, but you are talking to a stranger. And I said, darling, it was so uncomfortable. You could see he was following us. And in order to get him to back off, I needed to speak to him. And my daughter said, okay. And yes, do not talk to strangers. When somebody like that walks up to you, scream. So it did serve to purpose, me educating her further on while she needs to be cautious or be careful or have her wits about and around her when she's alone or in a public space. Again, I cannot tell you, was he after my daughter? Was he after me? Clearly, I think he was after me because of my skin color was what he needed to, I don't know, he wanted to just swallow me up, if there's a word to describe this. And I've experienced this over and over again. It is creepy, guys. I know you might admire the black skin a lot more than we admire our own skin color. Please be subtle, okay? There are ways to go about your admiration, all right? You can do it from afar and not make the person you are admiring feel uncomfortable or feel nervous or scared in their own space. It's not a nice feeling. It's not a nice feeling, I can tell you that much. And so this is me sharing my experience for whoever is going to watch this video to know and, should I say, act proportionately or act in accordance as to how you would perceive others will feel based off your actions. I don't know if I'm making sense, but that is, guys, I know I have a video about proposition and how I was like, oh my god, it's fun. Yeah, there are the funny side of admiring someone, but then there's the creepy side of your admiration that becomes a little bit uncomfortable, a little bit predatory, and yeah, that's it, guys. Until my next random musing, be safe and take care. Bye.